No problem whatsoever with the sound also. And you can see my screen also very nicely, very properly. Okay, then we will start. Yesterday we had seen, I think we have not yet started. Yes, we have seen oxalic acid. It is not completed yet. Oxalic acid, we have not yet completed with oxalic acid. We will see. So, oxalic acid is one of the corrosive acid which comes under organic acids. Oxalic acid is an organic acid. It comes under corrosive groups. It is in natural form. It is crystalline substance. It is crystalline. It is sparingly soluble in water. It is having local as well as remote action. Local as well as remote action, both the actions are severe. Then remote action is mainly on the nervous system. So when it will be systemically absorbed, it will have its main action on the nervous system. And it will combine with the free serum calcium that is present freely in the serum and will form insoluble calcium oxalate crystals. Then signs and symptoms we have already seen yesterday. There will be sour taste in the mouth with burning in throat and stomach. Vomiting is very severe, continuous. Vomiting is very severe and continuous, and black colored vomiting. And it is mainly because of presence of altered blood in the vomitus. Large dose can cause rapid death because of shock. And after absorption, if it is absorbed systemically, it will cause collapse and prostration, and because its main action is on nervous system after absorption, or what we call it as remote action. So if the remote action takes place and patient doesn't die because of the shock, it will be absorbed systemically and will involve it will be absorbed in the nervous system, or it will act mainly on the nervous system, causing tingling, numbness and spasmodic twitching of the muscles of face and extremities, and it will also cause convulsions. And it is just yesterday I told you, it is having nephrotoxic action. It is having nephrotoxic action, so it mainly acts on the kidneys, causing renal failure. And there is one condition we have seen which is asked as a 2 mark question, that is oxaluria. So oxaluria is oliguria with albumin, blood and calcium oxalate crystals when present in the urine. So because of oxalic acid poisoning, patient will have oliguria, that is reduced functions of the kidney, that will cause suppressed urination, what we call it as oliguria. And characteristic of urine will be uh, presence of albumin, blood and calcium oxalate crystals. Okay, I think we have finished up to here. Now we will see fatal dose. Fatal dose is around 15 to 20 grams. Now remember here we are mentioning it in the grams, because oxalic acid is naturally present in the form of crystals. It is present in the form of solid crystals. That's why what we have seen in sulfuric, nitric and hydrochloric acid, because they are in liquid state, they are in the liquid form. That's why we mentioned their fatal dose in ml, 15 to 20 ml, 10 to 15 ml, or in case of hydrochloric acid it is 20 to 30 ml, milliliter. But here the fatal dose of oxalic acid has been given in grams, 15 to 20 grams, because naturally it is present in the form of crystalline powder. Crystals रहते हैं उसके naturally, they dissolve in the water and give rise to formation of liquid oxalic acid. So fatal period is around 3 minutes to 1 hour. If the patient dies by that shock or large dose of oxalic acid, the death will occur within 3 minutes to 1 hour. As we have seen in sulfuric, nitric and hydrochloric acid, the death occurs within 24 hours, within 12 to 24 hours, varies from acid to acid. So it is around 12 to 24 hours. But here the fatal period is very small. Fatal period of oxalic acid is very, very small, because its action is very rapid and it affects the many important organs in the body, including nervous system as well as kidneys. So treatment has to be rapid, because patient dies within an hour. The patient dies within an hour. That's why treatment has to be rapid and energetic. You should first go for neutralization of the acid, and if the time permits, if the patient has been brought to the hospital in time, if the time permits, immediately go for stomach wash. Stomach wash is to be given with lime water, that is alkali. Warm water should not be used, because it will dissolve the more acid if it has been swallowed in the form of crystals, if the oxalic acid has been swallowed in the form of solid crystals, and for gastric lavage, to remove those crystals undissolved from the stomach, if you put the warm water, what will happen? The warm water will dissolve the more and more crystals, and it will be rapidly absorbed across the gastric mucosa. That's why, remember these important small points. Warm water should not be used in the gastric lavage or washing the stomach in case of oxalic acid poisoning, because more and more acid will be dissolved by warm water. Then you can go for chalk powder. 30 gram of chalk powder. What is chalk powder? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, चॉक अपना जो क्लास में यूज करते हैं हम ब्लैक बोर्ड पे लिखने के लिए, चॉक पाउडर. Chalk is nothing but calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate, 30 gram of chalk powder will neutralize 20 grams of oxalic acid. So if any patient is suspected to have oxalic acid poisoning, ingested particularly, you can put, while giving the stomach wash, you can put the chalk powder through that gastric lavage tube. You can introduce that 30 grams of chalk powder into the stomach. It will neutralize 20 grams. And what is the fatal dose? Fatal dose is 15 to 20 grams. So that toxic dose of the oxalic acid can be neutralized by 30 grams. So accordingly you will have to add. So you should, if you know how much amount of oxalic acid is present, approximately how much amount of oxalic acid has been swallowed, accordingly you will have to add the chalk powder, because 30 gram will neutralize one fatal dose, that is 20 grams. And if the oxalic acid that has been swallowed or present in the stomach is more than 20 grams, accordingly you will have to add those extra grams of chalk into the stomach. Then alkalis like sodium or potassium or ammonia. Sodium, potassium or ammonium alkali should not be used because their oxalates are soluble. Now whenever the acid and alkali will react with each other, acid we have seen in the antidotes, in the treatment of acid, strong acids we go for alkalis, but here alkalis like soda bicarb, potassium bicarb or ammonium carbonate, they should not be used because their salts, the salt, when these sodium, potassium or ammonium, alkalis of sodium, potassium or ammonium will be put into the stomach through gastric tube, what will happen? They will react with the acid, that is oxalic acid, and will give rise to the salts. Whenever acid and alkali will interact with each other, when the chemical reaction will take place between acid and alkali, what will happen? It will give rise to formation of salt and water. That is very simple chemistry. It will give rise to formation of salt and water. So when the alkalis like sodium, potassium और अमोनिया will be used, वो ऑक्सैलिक एसिड के साथ केमिकल रिएक्शन होके उससे सॉल्ट और वाटर तैयार होगा. तो उसके जो भी सॉल्ट्स तैयार होंगे, what the salts will be? Sodium oxalate, potassium oxalate or ammonium oxalate, whatever you have used, sodium, potassium or ammonia, they are alkalis. So they will give rise to formation of either sodium oxalate or potassium oxalate or ammonium oxalate, which are soluble. And these oxalates will be rapidly absorbed across the gastrointestinal tract mucosa. That's why these alkalis like soda, potash or ammonia should not be used, because their oxalates are soluble and they can be rapidly absorbed. Then you can go for sodium gluconate, either orally or intravenous. Either you can put it through the stomach wash tube, or even after completing the stomach wash, if the patient is conscious and cooperative, you can ask the patient to swallow the solution of sodium gluconate, or it can also be given intravenously. Sodium gluconate will neutralize the acid. Now last point in oxalic acid is medico-legal aspect. What is the medico-legal aspect? Why we are studying it, what is its importance, and how the cases can occur. It is used extensively in the industry. In the industry, particularly bleaching in the home. कपड़े धोने के लिए वो जो bleaching powder वगैरह जो रहता है, bleaching agents. So that is that oxalic acid is very commonly available. So it is readily available at home. That's why can be used for suicidal purpose. जो घर पे कुछ भी झगड़ा, कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है, so it can be used for suicidal purpose because it is readily available at home. So it is used extensively in the industries, particularly bleaching powders and all, and also available easily at home. Then can be rarely used for homicidal purpose. मतलब homicide के लिए कोई ज़्यादा commonly उसे इस्तेमाल नहीं करेगा. क्यों? Because of its SAR test and rapid action. टेस्ट सार रहेगा, सो किसी को तुम खाने में वगैरह मिला के नहीं दे सकते आसानी से. So it is rarely used for homicidal purpose. So for killing someone by giving oxalic acid is very rare, because of its sour taste किसी को दे नहीं पाओगे, and its rapid action hardly 3 minutes to 1 hour. इतने कम समय में आदमी मर जाएगा तो डाउट आएगा ना किसी को भी इसे किसी ने क्या खाने दिया था वगैरह. दैट्स वाई रैपिड एक्शन की वजह से भी वो किसी को मारने के काम नहीं आएगा. Now then that we are going to study why that rapid action, because of its rapid action it will not be used as homicidal poison. किसी को मारने के लिए क्यों इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे? Because of its rapid action, that we will study it in detail in ideal homicidal poison and ideal suicidal poison. Means which poison is commonly used for suicidal purpose. What are its characteristic? कोई भी आदमी सुसाइड करने के लिए कौन सा पॉइजन खाएगा, कौन सा पॉइजन लेगा, उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या है, और किसी को अगर मारना है पॉइजनिंग करके तो कौन सा पॉइजनिंग देंगे, कौन सा पॉइजन देंगे, उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या है, उसमें वो रैपिड एक्शन का एक पॉइंट आएगा. अगर समझो फॉर एग्जांपल तुम्हें किसी को तो पॉइजनिंग करके मारना है, विच पॉइजन वी विल गो टू दैट पॉइंट लेटर ऑन, बट आई जस्ट आस्क यू एज जस्ट फॉर आउट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. If you want to kill someone by giving poison, by giving some poison, which poison will you give, rapid action or long action? मतलब वो पॉइजन देने क्यों, क्यों? हाँ, एंड इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग, उसे पॉइजन दे के बाद तुम्हें भाग जाने के लिए टाइम मिलना चाहिए ना. यू आर गेटिंग, समझो किसी को तुमने पॉइजन दिया है खाने में, हाँ खाने में, जूस में, किसी भी चीज़ में यू आर गिवन द पॉइजन एंड यू एस्केप फ्रॉम देयर, तो तुम्हें भाग जाने के लिए तो टाइम मिलना चाहिए, घंटा 2 घंटा 4 घंटे, और इसमें तो तुरंत आदमी मर रहा है 3 घंटे 3 मिनट से लेके 1 घंटे में. दैट्स वाई it is not used for homicidal purpose because of its rapid action. So the characteristic of ideal homicidal poison is it should have long duration of action. We will study it in detail later on, that I will explain accordingly. And accidental poisoning can be there. So accidentally that dissolved or solid oxalate can be accidentally ingested by someone. So this is about oxalic acid, asked as a 5-mark short note, as well as oxaluria is also asked as a 2-mark question. Now we will go to the second poison. Second poison from corrosive group. Which groups of corrosive poisons? Organic acid. We have seen the 3 mineral acids, and here we will study the 2 mineral acids. First we have seen oxalic. So second mineral acid from your syllabus is carbolic acid. The common name of carbolic acid is phenol. Its common name is phenol. It is a coal tar derivative. So chemically it is a coal tar derivative. It is colorless. Again it is in the crystal form. Naturally it is present in the crystal form, and its crystals are characteristic needle like, prismatic needle like, needle की तरह एकदम पतले छोटे छोटे उसके crystals रहेंगे, and they are colorless, and it is having characteristic penetrating odor, that is phenolic odor. तुम लोगों ने कई बार घर पे देखा होगा वो फिनाइल की बॉटल रहती है ना, हमारे घर में बाथरूम वगैरह फर्श घर साफ करने के लिए फिनाइल की बॉटल रहती है ना, फिनाइल, उसका कैसा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्मेल रहता है, दैट इज फिनोलिक ओडर. जस्ट फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई एम टेलिंग यू, फिनोलिक ओडर. वो जो फिनाइल यूज करते हैं ना हम घर साफ करने के लिए, फर्श वगैरह साफ करने के लिए पानी में मिला के, कॉलेज में भी तुम लोग हॉस्टल में उसकी बात कई बार ली होगी, कॉलेज में हॉस्टल में, बिकॉज मौसीज एंड ऑल दे ऑल यूज दैट फिनाइल for cleaning the floors, for bathrooms, toilets, and so that is the characteristic odor of phenyl. So characteristic penetrating odor, what we call it as phenolic odor, that is very characteristic. We have added it in the acid group. We have added this phenol into the acid group, but it doesn't turn the blue litmus red. As you remember from the chemistry, each and every acid is having characteristic that it should turn the blue litmus to red, but carbolic acid is the only acid which doesn't turn the blue litmus to the red, and it is not having the acid reaction also, but still it has been added into the acid, because when it is treated with the alkalis it will give rise to formation of salts, that is carbonate, मतलब sodium carbonate या potassium carbonate, with whichever alkali it has been treated with, after the chemical reaction with the alkali it will give rise to formation of salt. So because of this characteristic that is present only in the acids, treating with the alkalis, the acids will give rise to formation of salt. Because of this characteristic, carbolic acid also gives rise to formation of carbonates. And that's why it has been added into the strong acid groups. It doesn't turn blue litmus into red and is not having the acid reaction as well, but only because of the characteristic feature of formation of salts when treated with the alkali, it has been added in acid group. Otherwise it is having no other characteristic of acids. When it is exposed to light, or when it is kept open in the dish, when those colorless prismatic crystals, colorless needle like crystals are kept open in the light, it is kept open in the light or in the air, they will become pink because of the chemical reaction with some of the contents of the air or other gases. It will turn to the pink. And poisoning by carbolic acid is called as carbolism. Just we have seen in the general features of all the organic acids. Here in all the organic acid, it is just like those other organic acids, it is also having local as well as remote action. Locally it will cause irritation of the gastric mucosa and burning and all those characteristic of all the corrosive poisons, and it will have remote action as well. So it prominent action of carbolic acid is it causes coagulation of the proteins. So when it will come in contact with the proteins, it will cause coagulation of the proteins, and importantly it causes necrosis, that is death. Necrosis and sloughing of the tissues. It is also having mild corrosive and anesthetic action on the skin and mucous membrane as well as on the skin. Acting on the skin, it can cause gangrene because of necrosis. It will be superadded by some infections, secondary infections, and will lead to gangrene of the skin. It is having mild corrosive and anesthetic action. Anesthetic मतलब बॉडी के किसी भी स्किन के या बॉडी के किसी भी पार्ट के साथ आएगा तो वहाँ ज़्यादा पेन नहीं होगा. इट विल हैव सम एनेस्थेटिक इफेक्ट ऑन द local tissue that is coming in contact with. So it will have mild corrosive and anesthetic action. That's why pain will not be so severe as in sulfuric, nitric or hydrochloric acid. So pain will not be so severe as in the other acids because of its anesthetic action. तो वहाँ का area सुन्न हो जाएगा. So pain will not be that much so severe. And it is rapidly absorbed from gastrointestinal tract. Its absorption is very rapid. Once it has been dissolved, it will be absorbed rapidly from gastrointestinal tract mucosa. When it is introduced directly into the rectum or into the vagina, it will be absorbed very rapidly. So it will be absorbed rapidly from gastrointestinal tract, from rectal vagina, from rectal mucosa, vaginal mucosa. Serous cavities also will absorb it rapidly, and also the open wounds and also intact skin पे भी गिर जाता है, मतलब जहाँ कोई injury नहीं है, wound नहीं है, even coming in contact with the intact skin, good amount of carbolic acid will be absorbed from intact skin, and it is having its remote action on central nervous system. Now we'll see the signs and symptoms. On swallowing, if it has been swallowed, we have seen it can be absorbed from any mucosa, whichever it is coming in contact, maybe vaginal, rectal, or even on the skin or open wound. It can be absorbed through any way, but we will see if it has been swallowed, there will be hot burning pain from mouth to the stomach. As a hot feel रहेगा mouth में, throat में, esophagus में. So there will be hot burning pain from mouth to stomach, and pain is not severe as we have seen it the characteristic in the previous slide. Pain is not so severe because of anesthetic action. Because of the anesthetic action of carbolic acid, locally it will act as an anesthetic. तो वो पार्ट वो सुन कर देगा. So slight anesthesia will be there. So pain is not so severe as we have seen in the earlier corrosive acids. Vomiting may or may not be present because of anesthetic action of the stomach, that gastric mucosa may not be irritated, and that's why patient will not have vomiting as seen in the other acid. But shock is rapid because of local as well as remote action on the nervous system. So the clinical features will be giddiness, skin will be cold, clammy, that is all, these are the signs of shock. Skin will be cold because of collapsing circulation, clammy, पल्स इज थीन, बेयरली परसेप्टिबल, मतलब एकदम थीन पल्स रहेगी, एकदम थ्रेड की तरह, पतले धागे की तरह, बेयरली परसेप्टिबल. प्यूपिल्स विल बी कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड, दैट व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज पिन पॉइंट प्यूपिल्स. पिन पॉइंट प्यूपिल्स एकदम लाइट डालने के बाद, आंख में टॉर्च लगाने के बाद जैसे हमारे प्यूपिल कंस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाते हैं, वैसे the pupils will be constricted, body temperature is low, and patient will have difficult breathing, that is labored breathing. And characteristic, there will be a smell of carbolic acid from the mouth, from the nose of the patient while patient is breathing. You will get that characteristic smell of carbolic, वो फिनाइल की तरह जो हम घर में इस्तेमाल करते हैं. There will be smell of carbolic acid, and this poison is also having nephrotoxic action, and it will cause oliguria. Nephrotoxic action, the poisons which are having their action on the kidney are called as nephrotoxic substances, and this carbolic acid is also having its action on kidney along with the central nervous system. It is also having its action on the kidney, and the condition is called as carbolyuria. It is also asked as a 2-mark question. Either oxaluria or carbolyuria can be asked as a 2-mark question. So what are the characteristics of oxaluria? Oliguria with presence of blood and protein, blood and protein in the urine. And now we will see the characteristic of carbolyuria. Again, you can mention carbolyuria is seen in carbolic acid poisoning, and when the urine is exposed to the air, characteristic of carbolyuria I am telling. So when the urine is exposed to the air, the metabolic products present in the urine are oxidized, and the urine will appear green colored, characteristic dark color, but it is characteristically green colored urine. मतलब ओपन किसी टेस्ट ट्यूब में या किसी कंटेनर में तुम ओपन ऐसा एयर में रखोगे यूरिन सैंपल फ्रॉम द पेशेंट विथ ऑक्सैलिक एसिड पॉइजनिंग, sorry, carbolic acid poisoning, the color of the urine will turn to the green because of oxidization of metabolic products present in the urine. So that is characteristic. And in oxaluria, what are the characteristic of oxaluria? You are supposed to give the answer in 2 lines. It is found in oxalic acid poisoning, and it is characterized by presence of blood and protein in the urine associated with oliguria. And how you will write in carbolyuria? It is found in carbolic acid poisoning. It is characterized by a dark and smoky or green colored urine when it is exposed to the air. Finish. You will have to write it in 2 lines. You will get full 2 marks. And another characteristic, urine containing the carbolic acid will reduce the Benedict's or Fehling solution. So you can treat the urine with the Benedict's solution or Benedict's reagent or Fehling's reagent. It will be changed. It will change its color. So urine containing carbolic acid will cause reduction of the Benedict solution or Fehling solution or reagent. Its color will be changed. Now fatal dose. Fatal dose is 20 drops. 20 drops of pure phenol. If it is a pure phenol, it's 20 drops will be enough to. Now here the dose is not in the milligram or grams or milliliter. हार्डली 20 ड्रॉप, 20 बूंदे भी किसी आदमी के पेट में जाती है, इट विल कॉज डेथ ऑफ द पर्सन. कार्बोनिक डिसइंफेक्टेंट्स मतलब जो हमारे घर में इस्तेमाल होते हैं, डिसइंफेक्टेंट्स, फिनाइल जिसे हम बोलते हैं, जो डार्क कलर की ग्लास बॉटल में आता है, डार्क कलर ग्लास बॉटल में आता है ना फिनाइल, किसी भी दुकान में वगैरह मिलता है. सो दैट फिनाइल कंटेनिंग कार्बोनिक डिसइंफेक्टेंट्स, उसके 40 ड्रॉप्स, 40 ड्रॉप्स, एंड प्योर फिनॉल only 20 drops. So on an average 10 to 15 grams of those crystals, 10 to 15 grams of crystal is the average fatal dose of carbolic acid. Its fatal dose is very small, and fatal period is 3 to 4 hours. Again, its action is very rapid. It is not as rapid as oxalic acid, but it is also rapid as compared to the mineral acids. So fatal period is 3 to 4 hours. You will have to remember fatal dose and fatal period. Now we will see treatment in detail. So if any patient is suspected to have this phenol or suspected to have poisoning with this phenol or phenyl, what we call, or phenolic acid, its corrosive action is not so severe. Corrosive action is not so severe, and the tissues are hardened by carbolic acid. तो इसकी वजह से जो esophageal mucosa है, stomach का mucosa है, वो hard हो जाता है, या perforation के chances बहुत कम है, but the mucosa becomes hard, and that's why soft stomach tube can be passed easily. Soft stomach tube can be passed without any damage or without any fear of perforation to the esophagus or even to the gastric mucosa. So gastric lavage is to be given with 10% solution of glycerin. 10% solution of glycerin is to be prepared in the water or even the plain water with magnesium sulfate powder. You can go for Maxelf wash with plain water. The gastric lavage is continued till the washings are without phenolic odor. We have seen in the process of gastric lavage, the gastric lavage needs to be repeated at least 20 times. और यहाँ तुम्हें तब तक रिपीट करना है गैस्ट्रिक लवाज जब तक कि वो स्टमक में से बाहर वापस आने वाले स्टमक के कंटेंट्स का phenolic odor पूरी तरह से गायब ना हो जाए. So gastric lavage is continued till the washings are without phenolic odor. Then you can put the liquid paraffin or Maxelf solution may be left in the stomach. Liquid paraffin will create the coating. Liquid paraffin will create the coating on interior of the stomach, that is on the gastric mucosa, so that the whatever carbolic acid has been left in the stomach even after the gastric lavage, that is not allowed to be absorbed by creating the coating on the gastric mucosa. What do we call it as? Liquid paraffin is an example of anyone? Liquid paraffin is example of which antidote? Anyone? Liquid paraffin is an example of which antidote? Mechanical antidote. It is the example of mechanical antidote. What is the term for that? The antidotes, mechanical antidotes, which create the coating on the interior of the stomach, because of which the acid or whatever the poisonous substance that is present in the stomach will not come in contact with the gastric mucosa and its absorption will be delayed. What is the term we have used? अरे उस लाइन के नीचे ही तो जवाब लिखा है, डिमल्सेंट्स. इट इज कॉल्ड एज डिमल्सेंट्स. सो लिक्विड पैराफिन विल एक्ट एज ए डिमल्सेंट. यू कैन यूज द अदर डिमल्सेंट्स लाइक व्हाइट ऑफ एग और मिल्क. पढ़ते ही नहीं, बिल्कुल पढ़ते नहीं. आफ्टर फिनिशिंग द लेक्चर पता नहीं क्या गणपति के सामने नाचते हैं. नो वन स्टडीज. कल भी किसी नो नो हार्डली आई थिंक वन गर्ल आंसर्ड ओनली वन क्वेश्चन. No one is able to answer the question because you are not at all reading anything. I have even shared the notes with you, but still you people are not bothered of looking into those notes. I have shared the notes with you. Whichever topic I will finish, you just will have to read it from the points. If you go and try to read the book, I know you don't have a book with you. If you open the book, it will be very boring because it has been given in very much explanatory matter in the book. एक ही पॉइजन के दो दो चार चार पेजेस पढ़ने तुम्हें बोर हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव शेयर यू द नोट्स फ्रॉम विच आई एम टीचिंग यू. तो पढ़ाने के बाद, इतना डिटेल में पढ़ाने के बाद, व्हाट यू पीपल आर सपोज टू डू, यू जस्ट टर्न दीज नोट्स जस्ट इन नोट्स के ऊपर से जो मेरे पीपीटी मैंने तुम्हारे साथ शेयर किए हैं, उसके ऊपर से बस नज़र घुमानी है. एक दो बार पढ़ना है. दैट पॉइंट विल बी क्लियर. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी डिफिकल्टी यू कैन आस्क मी एनी टाइम. यू कैन आल्सो व्हाट्सएप मी. लेकिन लेक्चर खत्म होने के बाद आई एम वेरी श्योर नो वन इज बॉदर्ड ऑफ लुकिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक्स which have been completed. Let us see. I will go for one surprise test. Let us see. Okay. Then demulcents, if liquid paraffin is not available, you can go for white of egg or even simple milk will also act as a demulcent that will create the coating over the interior of the stomach. Then prostration. If the patient is because it is having main action on nervous system, so patient can have prostration. You can go for artificial respiration because patient can have uh, respiratory failure because of the involvement of the muscles which are helping the respiration, what we call it as respiratory muscles. If they have been paralyzed or if they have been affected, you may need artificial respiration with oxygen. IV fluids with sodium bicarbonate to make the urine alkaline, because large amount of carbolic acid will be excreted via urine. That's why to alkalinate the urine, to cause the alkalinization of the urine, you may need sodium bicarbonate intravenously. Now lastly, medico-legal aspect. Medico-legal aspect of carbolic acid. Carbolic acid is used as in the antiseptics and disinfectants. It is used in the antiseptic, मतलब हॉस्पिटल में वगैरह एंटीसेप्टिक सॉल्यूशन जो रहते हैं बैक्टीरिया वगैरह मारने के लिए, वुंड साफ करने के लिए. ऑल आर बैक। आ गए 42 आ गए अभी तक। चलो चलो जल्दी। कमिंग 44। चलो ज्वाइन फास्ट, चलो चलो। आ गए, आई थिंक मैक्सिमम आ गए बच्चे। शुड आई स्टार्ट? शुड आई स्टार्ट? Mute yourself. Who is making noise? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I will continue. Should I continue? आ गए सब? Okay, okay, I will start. Okay, so we will see medico-legal aspect. Medico-legal aspect of carbolic acid poisoning. It is generally used in antiseptic, in the preparation of antiseptic and disinfectants, also in the germicides, surface anesthetics and preservatives. It is also used very widely at the home, that what we call it as domestic use. फिनाइल जो फर्श, बाथरूम, टॉयलेट, घर साफ करने के लिए हम इस्तेमाल करते पानी में मिला के we clean the tiles and all. So that's why it is readily available for suicide. कोई भी घर में छोटा मोटा झगड़ा हुआ, फिनाइल की बोतल पी गए, so it is readily available for suicide. But it cannot be used for homicide, because you tell me one reason why it cannot be used for homicide. Anyone? Very simple reason. किसी को मारना है तो उसको फिनाइल देके क्यों नहीं मार सकते, फिनोलिक एसिड देके? Yes, because of it. Yes, yes, because of its कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्ट्रॉन्ग ओडर। उसका इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग ओडर है, किसी भी चीज में मिला के तुम उसे नहीं देख सकते किसी को। दैट्स व्हाई इट कैन नॉट बी यूज्ड फॉर होमिसाइड। एंड आल्सो एक्सीडेंटल, गलती से कोई फिनाइल पी के ऐसा नहीं होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्ग ओडर। जैसे तुम बॉटल को हाथ लगाओगे, बॉटल खोलोगे, कोई भी आदमी, तो बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स स्ट्रॉन्ग ओडर इट विल नॉट बी कंज्यूम्ड। That's why accidental poisoning is also very rare, but generally used for suicidal purpose because of its readily availability at home. So this is about carbolic acid. Okay, now we'll see the vegetable acids, third group. First group we have seen mineral acids, in which we have seen sulfuric, nitric and hydrochloric acids. Then we have seen the mineral acids, carbolic and oxalic acids. Now third group from acids is vegetable acids, and there is only one vegetable acid that is in your syllabus, that is hydrocyanic acid. Hydrocyanic acid, it is also called as synonym to hydrochloric acid is prussic acid. It is also called as prussic acid. It is a colorless gas. It is a color. Now naturally it is present in the form of gas, having characteristic penetrating odor, and its characteristic odor is like bitter almonds. Its characteristic odor is like bitter almonds, and it is highly volatile colorless fluid. So normally, naturally it is present in the form of gas, but if it is prepared in the form of liquid or fluid, and if kept open in the air, it will rapidly disappear because of its characteristic volatile nature. मतलब तुरंत उसके fumes बन के, उसके भाप बन के भाप बन जाएगी उसकी, और it will be immediately vaporize off. So it is highly volatile colorless fluid. It is having no any color. When kept open in the air, it will immediately vaporize. So and the gas diffuses rapidly, and it is extremely penetrating even in the body also. When this hydrocyanic acid will enter the body, it will be absorbed rapidly by all the tissues, because it is in a gaseous state. It will be absorbed rapidly, and it is extremely penetrating. Very rapidly it will be absorbed into the body through so many mucosas and all that we'll see further. And it will combine with the metals, causing cyanides. Now you might have heard this name, sodium cyanide, potassium cyanide. So it will combine with the metals to form salts like sodium cyanides or potassium cyanide. And when it will be treated with the salts, it will give rise to strong alkalis. It is it is widely distributed in nature. It is present all over. It is widely distributed in the nature, particularly in fruits and leaves. particularly in the fruits and leaves like peaches, plums, bitter almonds. Its characteristic odor is like bitter almond, remember. And as a gas, it is used to fumigate the ships and buildings. As a gas, it is used to fumigate, for the fumigate. What do you mean by fumigation? Anyone? What do you mean by fumigation? Have you heard this term before this? What is fumigation? Anyone? हाँ, मीन्स इफ यू वांट टू कंडक्ट एनी सर्जरी, अब ऑपरेशन थिएटर में कोई सर्जरी करनी है तो उसके पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? द होल ऑपरेशन थिएटर, यस, इट्स लैम्प, उसका ट्रॉली, जो भी ऑपरेशन थिएटर में जो भी चीज़ें हैं, उसका टेबल, ट्रॉली, ऑपरेशन टेबल, एवरीथिंग, लाइट सोर्सेस एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स आर टू बी स्टरलाइज। तो वो स्टरलाइजेशन के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? फ्यूमिगेशन करते हैं। सो यू नो दैट टर्म, सो वी परफॉर्म द फ्यूमिगेशन। तो वहाँ तो ये हाइड्रोसानिक एसिड नहीं इस्तेमाल करते, वी यूज फॉर्मेलिन एंड व्हाट, फॉर्मेलिन एंड पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट। फॉर्मेलिन एंड पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट is used to fumigate the operation theaters or even the wards and all. But this gas, hydrosonic acid gas, is used to fumigate the ships and big buildings. बड़े बड़े जहाज और buildings को अगर sterilize करना है, fumigate करना है, तो we use this gas. And cyanides are very widely, they are very widely used in the photography, electroplating and coating silver and tanning. So it is widely used in the industries, in big industries of photography, electroplating, coating the silver and टैनिंग पर्पजेस, वो बर्तनों के कुछ प्रोसीजर्स में इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। एंड कैल्शियम साइनाइड इज अ फर्टिलाइजर दैट इज यूज्ड इन द एग्रीकल्चर, कैल्शियम साइनाइड, and it is readily absorbed by mucous membrane and it is toxic when inhaled. When it will be inhaled, means through respiration, if it enters the respiratory tract, it will be, we have seen in the introductory part, it is very very rapidly absorbed across the mucosa. From the gastric mucosa it will be rapidly absorbed and will cause death within a few seconds, within a few seconds to few minutes. So we'll see the signs and symptoms. Signs and symptoms of hydrochloric acid, hydrocyanic acid poisoning. So signs and symptoms, it is fatal or it is dangerous when inhaled or swallowed in large dose. So when it is inhaled और swallowed in the large dose, it will cause sudden death, मतलब पेशेंट को कुछ बचने का भी चांस नहीं मिलेगा, like that. So the patient will die within a few minutes, and if the death is delayed for a few minutes, अगर कुछ मिनटों के लिए पेशेंट बचता भी है तो symptoms will be in the form of dyspnea, difficulty in breathing, convulsions and dilated pupils. Otherwise कोई symptom भी नहीं आएगा, patient will die within a few minutes. So hydrocyanic acid when taken in large dose or when inhaled will kill the patient within a few seconds, and in some patients if the death takes a few minutes, patient will have symptoms like dyspnea, convulsions and dilatation of the pupils. And if it has been taken in small dose, if it has been taken very small dose, अगर थोड़ा सा अंदर जाता है, patient will have headache, confusion, giddiness, nausea, because it will be rapidly absorbed from the oral, pharyngeal and esophageal mucosa, and as well as from the respiratory mucosa. If it is inhaled in small dose, it will cause headache, confusion of the mind, giddiness, nausea and loss of muscle power. All the muscles will lose their power. And convulsions just before the death, patient will have convulsions just before the death, and there will be fine frothing from the mouth, that is the sign of asphyxia. Patient will have difficulty in breathing, that's why that asphyxia will be manifested by fine frothing at the mouth. Now potassium cyanide, just I told you, when it is treated, when hydrosanic acid is treated with sodium or potassium, it will give rise to the combinations like potassium cyanide. So this potassium cyanide, its symptoms are a bit late. अब इसके symptom late क्यों आते हैं? Because the potassium cyanide when will be swallowed, it will react with the hydrochloric acid. It will react with the hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So the reaction between potassium cyanide and hydrochloric acid in the stomach will take some time, and after that short period of time, hydrocyanic acid will be liberated. So sodium cyanide will react with the hydrochloric acid, and whatever the chemical reaction will take place between these two, the hydrocyanic acid will be released. That will require some time. That's why symptoms will be a bit later. I am saying a bit later, not hours, 1 or 2 hours like that. उसमें थोड़ा सा time जाएगा, और वो जो हाइड्रोसाइनिक एसिड रिलीज होगा स्टमक में, दैट विल बी एब्सॉर्ब्ड रैपिडली बाय द गैस्ट्रिक ग्लूकोजा एंड विल गिव राइज टू द clinical features. So there will be the clinical features like giddiness, dyspnea, dilated and fixed pupils not reacting to light, dilated and fixed pupils, and convulsions and loss of muscle power. Same clinical features are same, but they will take a few minutes. Patient will have epigastric pain and vomiting. Face will be cyanosed. There will be cyanosis of the face because of difficulty in breathing, so inadequate oxygenation of the blood and all. Jaw is tightly clenched, मुंह पूरी तरह से बंद हो जाएगा. And pulse is imperceptible, that is very thin and imperceptible pulse, and death will occur because of respiratory paralysis. Now, fatal dose. We will see. Got the clinical features? So clinical features, you will have to study it in two groups. One from the pure hydrocyanic acid. When it is swallowed in large dose, it will cause immediate death, and if the death is delayed, there will be the severe clinical features of dyspnea, convulsions, and dilated pupils. And if it has been taken in small dose, a few symptoms like headache, confusion, and giddiness, nausea will come and will be followed by convulsions and death. And if it has been swallowed in the form of potassium cyanide, it will take some time to react with the hydrochloric acid, so that the hydrocyanic acid will be released in the stomach, and the same symptoms will follow, and patient will die by respiratory paralysis. Now we'll see the fatal dose. Fatal dose, it is very small. Fatal dose of hydrocyanic acid is very small. 60 milligram of pure acid, 60 milligram of pure hydrocyanic acid will be enough to kill a person. 1 ग्राम में कितने मिलीग्राम रहते हैं? कितने मिलीग्राम का 1 ग्राम बनता है? कितने ग्राम्स का एक कितने ग्राम्स का 1 किलो बनता है? हा आवाज मला वाटते दीपकचा आहे का? अरे बाळा, 100 मिलीग्रामचा 1 ग्रॅम. हा, 1000 मिलीग्रामचा 1 ग्रॅम. आणि किती ग्रॅमचा 1 किलो? येस, 1000 ग्रॅम. 500 ग्रॅम म्हणजे अर्धा किलो, 250 ग्रॅम म्हणजे पाव किलो. येस, 500 ग्रॅम म्हणजे अर्धा किलो. 1000 ग्रॅमचा 1 किलो आणि 1000 मिलीग्रॅमचा 1 ग्रॅम. 1000 मिलीग्रॅमचा 1 ग्रॅम. मी मी का सांगतोय तुम्हाला एवढं सगळं डिटेलमध्ये? हा, यू विल कम टू नो किती छोटा पाहिजे बघा तुम्ही. 1 ग्रॅम, 1000 मिलीग्रॅमचा 1 ग्रॅम बनतोय, आणि हायड्रोसायनिक ऍसिडचा फॅटल डोस किती आहे? 60 मिलीग्रॅम, म्हणजे 1 ग्रॅमच्या 10व्या भागापेक्षाही कमी. इवन 1/10 पार्ट, लेस दॅन 1/10 पार्ट ऑफ 1 ग्राम. 1 ग्रामचा 1/10 पार्ट म्हणजे किती? 100 मिलीग्रॅम. त्याच्यापेक्षाही कमी. ओनली 60 मिलीग्रॅम ऑफ प्युअर हायड्रोसायनिक ऍसिड, म्हणजे हार्डली एखादा थेंब. ओनली अ सिंगल ड्रॉप ऑफ हायड्रोसायनिक ऍसिड, इट गोज into the respiratory tract or into the mouth, the patient will die within a few seconds. So such a small dose, how dangerous this poison is, you will come to know. So hydrocyanic acid, its fatal dose is 60 milligram of pure acid, and its yes, and its pharmacopoeia preparations, means the preparations which are containing hydrocyanuric acid, उसके 30 ड्रॉप्स लगेंगे, क्योंकि उसमें थोड़ा सा हाइड्रोसायनिक एसिड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम रहेगा. सो 30 ड्रॉप्स ऑफ pharmacopoeia preparations and 60 drops of crude oil of bitter almond, because it is mainly present in the fruits like leaves and fruits like peaches, plums and bitter almonds. bitter almonds का अगर तुमने ऑयल निकाला, उसका जूस निकाला, तो उसके 60 ड्रॉप्स लगेंगे, क्योंकि उसमें भी हाइड्रोसायनिक एसिड रहेगा. एंड 200 मिलीग्राम ऑफ पोटेशियम साइनाइड. 200 मिलीग्राम आपका क्रोसिन का जो टैबलेट आता है, क्रोसिन का, पैरासिटामोल, क्रोसिन जो हम सर दर्द बुखार के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं, 500 मिलीग्राम का रहता है. 500 मिलीग्राम का करीबन आता है एक पैरासिटामोल का टैबलेट. तो उससे आधे से भी कम, 200 milligram of potassium cyanide will required to kill a person. That 200 milligram of potassium cyanide will react with the hydrochloric acid, and that fatal dose of hydrocyanic acid will be released in the stomach, causing its toxic effects and even the death of the person. 200 milligram of potassium cyanide will be enough to kill an average sized adult. Fatal period, just we have seen, immediate death within a few seconds. The patient will die within a few seconds after consumption or inhalation of hydrocyanuric acid, and 2 to 10 minutes by acid and 30 minutes by सोडियम और पोटेशियम साइनाइड, क्योंकि सोडियम और पोटेशियम साइनाइड को हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट होकर हाइड्रोसायनिक एसिड रिलीज करने के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. That's why 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes will be required for death by sodium or potassium cyanide preparations. Now treatment has to be immediate. Treatment of hydrocyanuric acid has to be immediate. अगर patient time में पहुंचता है hospital में, so treatment has to be energetic. The specific antidote is important. अगर तुम्हें specific antidote मालूम है, that I will tell you in the further treatment part. So to reverse the cyanides, what we call it as cytochrome combinations are used, and it is achieved by converting hemoglobin to methemoglobin. So hemoglobin is to be converted into methemoglobin because cyanides combine with the methemoglobin to form non-toxic syn-methemoglobin. तो हमें हीमोग्लोबिन का कन्वर्जन मिथ हीमोग्लोबिन में करना है, और क्या होगा, इस मिथ हीमोग्लोबिन के साथ साइनाइड कंबाइन होके नॉन टॉक्सिक सिन मिथ हीमोग्लोबिन तैयार होगा. दैट विल बी लेस टॉक्सिक और नॉन टॉक्सिक, एंड विच कैन हेल्प टू which will help or will give some time for us to treat the patient. So cyanides can be converted into non-toxic thiocyanate by giving sodium thiosulfate. So sodium thiosulfate injection will convert these dangerous cyanides into thiocyanate, because sodium thiosulfate उसके साथ chemical reaction होगा cyanides का, and non-toxic thiocyanate will be created, and you can go for the further treatment, and you can go for intravenous 220 ml ampules of dicobalt tresmate followed by 20. Now all these are allopathic medicine, you need not remember. And even you can go for methylene blue. Why methylene blue? For the formation of meth hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is to be converted into meth hemoglobin. तो hemoglobin का meth hemoglobin कैसे convert होगा? We will give intravenous solution of methylene blue. Methylene blue will work as an antidote by the formation of meth hemoglobin, और जिसके साथ cyanide combine करके syn meth hemoglobin तैयार होगा, which is non-toxic. And if the patient has swallowed potassium cyanide, if the patient has swallowed potassium cyanide or dilute hydrocyanic acid has been swallowed, you can go for stomach wash if the time allows. I repeat, if the time allows, you can go for stomach wash, so that unabsorbed sodium cyanide or undissolved sodium cyanide can be taken out with gastric lavage. So sodium wash with 5 to 10% of solution of sodium thiosulfate, so that thiocyanates will be formed, or mixture of ferrous or ferric sulfate can be given. Then if the patient has inhaled the hydrocyanuric acid gas, remove the patient from source of the hydro, मतलब वो किसी factory में, we have seen it is used widely in industries, in so many factories and industries. So अगर patient उस factory में काम करता है, you immediately will have to remove the patient from the source. Artificial respiration to be given with 100% oxygen, and intravenous 20% solution of chloramine. Now that all are allopathic medicines, I will not go in detail with that. Now lastly, very important, पोस्टमार्टम अपीयरेंस. अगर कोई आदमी हाइड्रोसायनिक एसिड पॉइजनिंग से मरता है, देयर विल बी ऑल द साइंस एंड सिम्टम्स ऑफ एस्पेक्सिया विल बी प्रेजेंट. ऑल द साइंस एंड सिम्टम्स ऑफ एस्पेक्सिया. सो स्किन विल बी साइनोज्ड, ब्लू कलर्ड. Skin will be cyanosed, nails will also be blue because of cyanosis, and there will be characteristic smell of bitter almond. Patient के मुंह को if the not patient, dead body, because we are doing post-mortem examination. So when you will conduct the post-mortem examination in a suspected case of hydrocyanic acid, how will you suspect for hydrocyanic acid? The skin, nails, everything will be cyanosed. There will be smell of bitter almonds from the body, that characteristic smell of hydrocyanic acid, that is bitter almond, that will be present, and there will be fine froth from the mouth. Fine froth is because of asphyxia, because of difficult respiration. There will be oozing of fine frothing from mouth and nose. The pupils will be dilated. That is characteristic of asphyxia. And internally, when you will open the abdomen, when you will open the stomach, there will be smell of bitter almonds. पूरी body में से अंदर से bitter almonds का बास आएगा. and stomach mucosa is pink, that is the characteristic of hydrocyanic acid. And there will be blood stained frothing at trachea and bronchi. So frothing सिर्फ मुंह से नाक से नहीं आएगा, अंदर भी उसके respiratory tract में भी, bronchial tree में भी there will be frothing in the trachea and bronchi. So bronchial tree will be filled with blood stained froth. And lastly, medico-legal aspect. Medico-legal aspect, as we had discussed about the, I had told you in short about the what are the characteristic of ideal suicidal poison and what are the characteristic of ideal homicidal poison. So कौन सा poison तुम सुसाइड के लिए यूज करोगे और कौन सा पॉइजन तुम किसी को मारने के लिए यूज करेंगे. सो हाइड्रोसाइनिक एसिड इज कॉल्ड एज सुसाइडल पॉइजन ऑफ चॉइस. व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स फर्स्ट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ सुसाइड? किसी भी आदमी को अगर पॉइजनिंग करना है, खुद को मारना है पॉइजन लेके, तो कौन सा प्रिफर करेगा? देर से मरने वाला पॉइजन चूज करेगा या रैपिडली कुछ मिनटों में मरने वाला पॉइजन चूज करेगा? हाँ, जिसके एक्शन रैपिड रहेगी, कुछ मिनटों में मर जाएगा, पेनलेस, ज्यादा तकलीफ नहीं होगी, तुरंत मर जाएगा, ऐसा पॉइजन चॉइस करेगा. सो व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ सुसाइडल? नाउ दिस इज अ 2 मार्क क्वेश्चन. सुसाइडल पॉइजन ऑफ चॉइस और कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ सुसाइडल पॉइजन. इट हैज टू बी चीप, इजीली अवेलेबल. मरते मरते 2-5 हजार रुपए का पॉइजन लेके मरने में कुछ पॉइंट नहीं है. वो सस्ता भी होना चाहिए ना, इजीली अवेलेबल होना चाहिए. सो द सुसाइडल पॉइजन ऑफ चॉइस, it has to be cheap. You will have to mention all these. It has to be easily available. It has to be easily taken by mouth. That is, it has to be oral administration. मतलब मरना भी है तो इंजेक्शन वगैरह लेके क्यों मरेगा, वो आराम से मुंह से लेके मर जाएगा ना. So the characteristic of suicidal poison of choice are: it has to be cheap, it has to be easily available, it should be taken by oral route, देन इट शुड हैव प्लेजेंट टेस्ट और नो रिपल्सिव odor. ऐसा बहुत गंदा टेस्ट है, बहुत कड़वा है, बहुत गंदी बास आ रही है, ऐसा तो कोई आदमी लेगा नहीं मरने के लिए. एंड इम्पोर्टेंटली मिनिमम लीथल डोज शुड बी स्मॉल. तो अगर किसी को भी सुसाइड करनी है तो ऐसा 1/4 किलो खाना पड़ेगा, आधा किलो पॉइजन खाना पड़ेगा, ऐसा तो कुछ लेगा नहीं ना. तो छोटा सा, हार्डली उंगली में बैठेगा, हाथ में बैठेगा, इतना छोटा सा पॉइजन लेके मर जाएगा. सो मिनिमम लीथल डोज, MLD, minimum lethal dose, what we call it as fatal dose, it has to be small. And very important characteristic of any suicidal poison, ideal suicidal poison, is its fatal dose should be small, hardly कुछ minutes का होना चाहिए. And of course there has to be painless death, मरते वक्त ज़्यादा तकलीफ नहीं होनी चाहिए. So these all are the characteristics of suicidal poison of choice. And a very good example of suicidal poison is hydrocyanic acid. So hydrocyanic acid is commonly used for suicidal purpose. Maybe potassium cyanide, sodium cyanide के salt, commonly they are available in the market. It can be used for suicidal purpose. So it has to be cheap, easily available, should be taken by mouth, pleasant taste, should not have any repulsive odor. Its fatal dose should be very small, fatal period should be small, and it has, patient should have painless death. So this is all about the hydrocyanic acid. So today we will stop here. I think this is enough for today. We have finished all the acids. We have finished all the acids today. Uh, is it okay, guys? I think all are comfortable. Though no one is studying, even after finishing the lecture, no one is studying, I know. But what I will do now, henceforth, as I had done in yesterday's lecture, I will ask you a few questions before continuing, before starting the next topic. I will ask you a few questions from previously completed topics. So I will not ask you long questions, short. I will go for the questions which will have answer in hardly 1 or 2 lines. I will go for 2 mark questions only. So please read. I again repeat, I will ask you 2 mark questions in tomorrow's lecture. So okay, I will give you some syllabus for that. I will ask you a few 2 mark questions from forensic medicine. So whatever the topics we have completed in forensic medicine, I will ask you a few 2 mark questions from forensic medicine. Please read the notes or PPT that I have shared with you in the group. Please read the PPTs shared in the group of the topics which have been completed from forensic medicine. I will ask you the 2 mark short answer question, 2 mark question from forensic medicine completed up to the our previous lecture. Okay, everyone will read. Everyone will read. Okay, let us see. I will ask you tomorrow. I will ask you a few questions on that. Let us see. Okay then, bye everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. I will end the meeting for all. Bye. Bye everyone.